This episode of the Boss Rush Podcast is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to support the Boss Rush Network and our family of podcasts, head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. Thanks for your continued support. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrigan. Alongside me, as always, is the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
What's poppin'?
Hi, LeRon.
What's up? How's it going?
I missed you.
Oh, hey, that's my line.
I know.
It's going all right. Today was a long day. I fought my way out of being tired, hungry, angry, sleepy, and having a headache.
If you
I'm
say
here.
Bashful and Dopey, you might have all seven dwarves there.
Right? Yeah. Oh, Dopey was in there. Bashful, nah, not today.
Not today. I would say that's the one thing LeRon may not be.
Bashful?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I have moments of modesty.
If you are bashful, I am the most confident person to walk the face of the earth.
Yeah. Well, also joining us is the magical PK Power, Pat Klein.
Hello. I have returned, much to your
Magical?
dismay.
Magic.
I'm a
I missed you
magical
last week.
girl.
I
okay?
missed you, Pat.
I'm not
I
going
asked where you were, and I wanted to know, and I was kind of sad you weren't here.
I missed you too, man. We know
You
you
can't ride my coattails this time, LeRon.
I'm gonna be the only one that's truthful, Pat. I forgot you weren't here last week.
Yeah. It's cool. I was summoning my inner Viking heritage, my Scandinavianness, and I was tossing some axes.
I thought you were gonna say tossing some salad.
No, it's Scandinavians do not
show,
eat salad.
Corey. Wrong show.
Look, man, it's been a long day. It was a long night. It's been a long.
With jelly or syrup, I prefer syrup.
I feel like
Corey's feeling himself tonight. Oh my god,
man, dude. No, I feel like those movies where they take the drill and they put it to someone's head and like let the pressure out, but they really just mutilate their brain.
Let the pressure out.
Yeah. Speaking of letting the pressure out, also here is the man, the myth, the legend. Matthew Kiel returns.
I saw someone get their head drilled today, actually.
Ooh, how's that?
Not the sexy, not in the sexy kind of way. What?
No, not that head either.
Oh no!
No, not the sexy head, LeRon. The cranium head. No, it's fine. Fine. I'm good. How are you?
Man, this is
Did
You
they
can tell it's
let
gonna
all the
be. You can tell
demons
it's gonna
out?
be a good. You can tell it's gonna be a
If the
good
cream
show.
sets out too long, you must whip it. That's all I'm saying.
this is where we're at. This is where we're at.
You can tell it's gonna be a good show when 5 minutes in we're in shenanigans.
Is
Oh,
that? Is
don't
that what
worry.
we're called?
When we get to the games we are playing, I'm going to talk about boobies.
Mm.
Oh, I guess.
but not the
I
one
guess.
you think.
I guess I know.
Power pack bat in the house. I love it.
I guess I know what game he's been playing.
Man, I want to play that game, not because of the boobies, but because it looks fun.
I want to play that. I want to
I
play that
don't
game.
play Warcraft. I play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That's a South Park
I
reference.
want to play that game too,
I got
but it needs to not be on PlayStation 5.
Man,
Well, okay.
can we just
Yeah, so we're just gonna have to go with this. I need to know what you guys are talking about because I have no clue.
Stellar
We'll get
Blade?
there. We'll get there. Oh,
Oh, Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
Fine. I got
Look.
I got democracy to spread, son.
Can we just hold on? We got to go back, Matt. Can we just talk about how good the World of Warcraft episode of South Park is and how
Oh,
it's
it's
like?
fantastic.
I think it might be
It's-
it might be one of the last truly amazing South Park episodes. Not that the show hasn't been good since then, and it has been great
Yeah.
at some points, but that is like one of the truly last legendary episodes. I feel like.
yeah, like I mean, well, it was the last in the time that I was watching
Yeah.
week to week for sure.
Oh man. And then like when the games came out, like I started watching it again, and then I just it's South Park. I can only take so much South Park. I love South Park, but only in small chunks.
Yeah, it's too toxic as far as I'm concerned anymore.
Ugh, man. Good times though, man.
It is. It was good times.
Gosh, the
I feel like I feel like I don't know like I used to watch South Park and I feel like it lost its magic somewhere but it lost its magic for me like really early, you know, like not like how some people like, oh, it didn't start losing its magic like the 23rd season.
23rd season, Jesus.
Yeah,
How many seasons of the show are there?
Too many.
They're almost to 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
they're like
been a
2
while.
Years, there's 2 years. They're 2 years away from 30.
Mm.
So I'm pretty sure they started in '96.
You probably have
No,
no
they're-
intention of
they're-
stopping
No,
either.
they're on season 27 right now.
Yeah.
Well, whenever it premieres, they're on 27.
Yeah, and I think they took a year off because of COVID. I think that's why. That's why. But it'll be 30. It'll still be 30 years since it started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, what a! Can't believe that's going on, but it's cool, you know. Man, Matt, you are crashing our show for the third week in a row. How do you feel?
I mean,
One of us.
It's-
One of us.
it's nothing that a really good shower can't take care of. I'm just kidding. I love coming here. You guys know this.
I know.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't try and rearrange my day to do it if I didn't like it.
Oh, I thought you meant you weren't going to rearrange your day to be on because it was just so mediocre.
No. When you asked me, I know it took me a long time because I was on call, but I was like, okay, I have to do some things, but let me try and make that happen. And I
So
made it happen.
basically, you took long enough that you gave Corey anxiety because you know, like,
Well,
Corey's
so I
Corey's
was
one of those
waiting.
people if you don't answer within like the first 10 minutes, he starts wondering what's wrong with him.
Well,
Me? Yeah, you are absolutely correct.
so today I sent
That's why I
him a
never
message.
text anybody.
Today I sent him a message say, look, I'm still working on some things. I just need to hear back from a couple of people, and then I'm on. And then he's just like, fuck it, you're on. I'm sending you all the stuff. So
It was like a just in case you get
if
here.
if it fell through, he would be on here with you two hating himself because he thought I was mad at him.
yeah, for real, yeah.
And
I mean,
that
look,
would never be the case.
Stephanie's at a baseball game, and I thought she was quitting. So you know, that's how my brain works.
Corey's, you know what? I'm actually kind of the same way. Corey's one of those men is like, look, if you love me, you need to tell me like every hour on the hour.
Maybe this is probably better served for After Dark, but it is Mental Health Awareness Month. So the way my brain
It
works,
is, yeah, that's right, yeah.
So, okay, for example, Pat said he couldn't be here last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what the first three thoughts in my head were?
Oh God, this is gonna.
Pat's losing interest. Pat wants to quit. We need to find another person to be on the show.
So
Were the
wait,
first
wait,
three
wait.
thoughts that went into my head instead of just like, okay, Pat, see you next week. You like a normal person.
It's like
So wait,
Pat asked for the week off. She has got to go. He's not
Wait, what's-
committed.
So wait, what's the diorama that goes through your head whenever I say I can't be on the show this week?
It's been
I mean, it rarely happens. It rarely happens. I think overall, what I've maybe missed like 3 shows.
I don't know, man. I lost count. But I just yeah, man. I don't know. My head just like my brain is broken. Okay.
Oh, you're not the only one.
It's very broken. There's a lot of medication that I'm taking that makes it somewhat serviceable now, but it's
I'll be honest.
I'm guessing what happened with Corey is like his parents told him they were going to the store. They'd be back in a couple of hours, and they didn't come back to the next day, and that damaged his psyche.
Oh my mom is so clingy. Like she never left me for longer than like an hour.
I mean, to be fair, since Aton was born, there's not a week that goes by that I don't think Reba's like a couple of seconds away from divorcing me. I don't know why this happens. We don't fight, but I just have this weird feeling like, nope, she's done with me. I
feel that way all the time.
She got what she wanted out of you, which was a baby.
I mean, and like, I don't even think it's that. It's just, I'm so, I'm so self-deprecating. I cannot give myself any credit. Like, I really can't. I 100% can't. So I totally understand where. That's why it's probably why Corey and I are friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to hate me in.
To be fair, I thought you were mad at me for like 5 years. So
Yeah, you did, but I kept talking to you. I don't know why that was a problem.
That's just the weirdest thing.
Matt,
this is
just
weird.
sorry, not Matt. Corey, just because he's mad at you doesn't mean he hasn't found someone better to talk to yet.
Yes, he has. He found me.
yeah.
Wait,
By the way, you know what I was
hang
thinking,
on.
LeRon? You know what I was thinking, LeRon? You know what I was thinking the other day for real though.
Uh-huh.
You know how you're trying to like spin Crossroads back up?
Yeah,
You, Andre, and Matt.
we would be the power team.
Oh my
We
God,
would be
dude!
the power team.
That
Yeah, but
you should just shut that shit down now. We're retiring. Oh man, I was thinking about that the other day.
we would be.
Yeah,
we would be the
give
power
us the
team.
domain. We're changing the name.
But honestly, I think Andre's so busy now with his
I know.
business on his business side that I don't think he'd be able to come back in a full time capacity.
He's chasing his dream, man.
Yeah,
Chasing his dream.
and probably gonna have baby number 3 sometime soon. He's just like you, Corey. He's acting like they're children in his future.
Stop pumping him out. God. Ruining the world. Anyways, kids are neat.
Wow, we talked about a bunch of personal topics that don't have anything to do with video games.
Yeah. I guess we should probably do the video game thing. We are the Boss Rush Podcast, a podcast about video games. If this is your first time here, welcome.
And nerdy entertainment, because we sometimes talk about other stuff that ain't video games, but is always
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. That's all I'm saying.
If you want to support the Boss Rush Podcast and the Boss Rush Network, you can head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can get this show 1 week early and ad-free, and other perks like early access to other podcasts, voting rights, and more at the tier that's right for you. Again, that's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. If you can't support us financially, it's no big deal. Your viewership and listenership is enough for us. Head on over to our YouTube channel, subscribe. If you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave a nice rating and a nice review. Remember, you can always find new episodes of this show every Monday, including our Spotlight episodes, which, doing the math here, by the time you hear this, our Spotlight with Joe Telesk, the executive director and founder of Guardians Mental Health, that episode will be out. So you can go check that out. And maybe by the time this comes out on free feeds, Astral Clock Tower Studios, the all-female-led game studio that's making a kind of looks like a Dark Souls game, but with cats. So I don't know. Maybe it just looks like Dark Souls because there's swords and fog doors. But yeah, it kind of looks like Assassin's Creed a little bit actually too. Anyways, that might be out by the time this comes out on free feeds. I'm not sure. I don't know. Scheduling's hard. But anyways, you can check those out. You can also check out our Hellblade book club, Brothers book club if you're a patron. Other important news: expansion passes moving to once a month because scheduling is hard and Ed works late and I don't want to stay up late and the quality of the show is dipping because we record at midnight and I don't want to do that anymore. And I want to make sure we have a quality show for you. So heading to once a month, and it will be like an hour and a half long instead of a half hour long. So yeah. Anyways, that's it, I think. Oh, the store. It's Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So you can check out that shirt if you want. It's pretty cool. We've already sold 5 of them somehow. I didn't know that many people bought stuff from us, but it's happening. So you can do that.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think that's it. I think I got everything. I think I checked all the boxes, updated everybody. Let's get into what we've been playing. Matthew Kiel.
Same.
Are
stuff
you saving
same
democracy?
Oh yes, I'm spreading democracy like cheeks.
Oh,
of.
I thought you were going to say like
I don't
lakes.
know. I too tired to come up with anything else. Spreading it like butter over bread. You know what I'm saying? There was an update this week, and it has so I can imagine you probably felt this way in Destiny when like an update would come and like mess with weapons.
I used to. I don't care anymore. But
Right.
yes, I used to.
Though it's really funny to me to watch like big YouTubers put out echo chamber ish, doom and gloom soundbite videos that absolutely echo through the player base when just a little bit of thought can make things just a tiny bit better. The first big update in Helldivers in terms of like a balance patch took away the railgun. It made it basically, so it nerfed. So in Helldivers, each weapon can have multiple fire modes. The railgun, which is a stratagem you get when you reach level 20, was at the outset, it was ridiculously overpowered, and everybody ran it because it was kind of a set it and forget it type of weapon. You could run it in safe mode or unsafe mode and absolutely take down anything coming near you. And everyone loves to be overpowered. Then Arrowhead took all of the unsafe advantages away. So you had to run the railgun in unsafe, or took away the safe advantages. So you had to run the railgun in unsafe mode. Running the railgun in unsafe mode is a thing where you have to charge up the weapon, and if you charge it too much, the gun blows up, killing its holder.
Sounds right.
For me, that's balance because it's a risk reward.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be able to run. They don't want the players to be able to run the highest difficulty by themselves, because that's not what Helldivers is. It's a team game. It's not PvP. It's not kill death ratio. It's not Call of Duty, where a lot of bigger YouTubers want to run solo for clout reasons, and I can also see the part where you don't want just randos coming into your chat. If they figure out you're a YouTuber, they start telling you all this nonsense, and if they think you're streaming, they will do everything they can to just ruin it. I get that mentality completely. But this update, I don't remember how many, I think it made changes to every single weapon except like 4 in terms of like stratagems. And everyone's like, nothing works anymore. When really it's not necessarily that they
had the most unnecessary reaction.
They didn't cut your dick off. They just honestly, they rearranged your sperm. Like, that's really what it was. That's really what they did. Like, they reduced some magazine sizes. So like, there are certain weapons that if you never run out of, they want the ammo economy. They want you to think about what you're shooting at. They don't want you to just fire willy-nilly. And then there were some damage changes that were like, but if you do this within the scope of a team, it makes sense. If you're worried about being able to just kill everything on your own, you're playing the wrong game. Sorry, that's just the way I think about it. And having watched all that happen, the internet becomes a delightful place full of people that are so mad. And when you point them to another way to think about it, all of a sudden they're like, oh, nothing really happened. I'm like, I know. Anybody here watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I did. We just watched the whole thing about over the course of the last like 3
You remember when they're trying to go undercover into like the poker playing ring, and Captain Holt is like, I should have just been doing this the entire time because I'm really good at math. All I'm doing is math. And like that's really what this is. Like if you just took a second to do some arithmetic, all of a sudden you realize they didn't create any problems. They just balanced the game. And really everybody's new hotness, the Quasar Cannon, it got like a cooldown increase, which ultimately is fine. I was doom and gloom about it myself. Not gonna, exhume myself from.
You're a part of the problem.
Sure. I'm on the internet. I react. I'll admit when I've done it. I won't hide behind my screen name.
You won't make like 5 more Twitter accounts?
Oh no, who has that time?
Right.
I didn't have that time when I had time. But anybody who's worried about the new things that they're messing with, they didn't mess with several old things that are really reliable and basically work every time. So instead of looking at what you've been running and what you run every mission, maybe say like, I'm going to give this a try. That's what they're there for. But I love Helldivers. It's great. There's a new mission type out where you have to, I'm not going to go into the story part of it, but they set up a thing on some planets and the Terminids, the bugs, overran that thing. So now you have to go shut those things down. And those missions are fun. I love that game so much. I cannot stop playing it unless I'm away from my house when I pull out my Steam Deck and I play Balatro all day long. 'Cause that game is a fucking problem for me. Not in a bad way.
It seems like a problem for a lot of people.
I can't stop. I cannot stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
And yep. I'm not sure I want to, but I'm starting to see that like this is a problem. It's one of the best like run-based games to come out probably since Hades or Dead Cells. Like it's that good.
Yes, those classics.
Yeah. So yeah. I love it a lot.
Oh,
so
man.
That's the quick and dirty of what I've been playing. I'm a basic bitch and only play 2 things.
That's more than I played.
Tell me about the titties, Pat.
The titties? You want to know all about them titties, huh?
Tell me about the jiggle physics.
I am a married man, father to a 14-month-old.
Mm-hmm.
I see them oh so little anymore.
Well, you're going to see them even littler because they got a black lace cloth covering them right now. Just kidding. Oh, gosh. You guys sick of that Discord yet?
What? No, I haven't.
Okay, so just recently when Stellar Blade came out, it got patched, and people are crying foul and censorship because they put a black piece of sheer lace right on the boobies. So they're thinking that, people have cheated them out of a $70 booby purchase.
What did it?
So
I need to find it the
okay, hold on. Some questions, if you please. So people are pissed because the developer put black lace over the boobs.
Yes.
Now,
there's a petition out there to get them.
But they know you can get porn for free, right? They know you can just do that.
Have you met people?
It's just like the whole thing. I don't understand why people have nude mods for freaking video game characters. I don't get it.
There's a Skyrim mod where everything is dicks, and
yeah, and you know the funny thing is I'm a big fucking pervert too, but I'm like I don't need to see naked people running through Raccoon City while I'm trying to escape a zombie nightmare. Like. wow, like I've never dropped a nude mod into a Monster Hunter game I've ever played. I don't see the point.
Are everybody just Dirty Randy and Rafi from the league? Like, I mean, because like, why would you get mad at this? And well, I mean,
because it was hailed as the incel, because the incel army is basically saying that all the realistic women nowadays are like ugly, and finally they get a hot woman, and now they cover that hot woman's one costume. Actually, it might be two costumes where they cover up just a little bit of the cleavage. And so now they're upset.
See, yeah, this just reminds me of that scene between Dirty Randy and Rafi in the league where Rafi is like, Dirty Randy, what happened to your car? He's like, oh, I lost it racing Korean teenagers. And he's like, why were you racing Korean teenagers? He's like, honestly, it's the only way I can get hard. And I'm just like, that's what that ring was like to me. Mm-hmm. I have to look at a video game protagonist because honestly, it's the only thing that waves my flag.
Well, guess what? All they have to do with that model is literally turn it 90 degrees, and you'll see a large amount of side boob. But they obviously
aren't. You can't draw the rest of it. That says more about you than it does the game. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. And then you turn it 90 degrees more, you got basically ass cheeks that are just like full on display, with the little bunny like tail, like right there. So it's like, really, guys,
that sounds better to me than the boobs.
Man, people are ridiculous.
And it's a black sheer lace. You can still see the silhouette underneath.
You can still see the tatas.
Yeah. Anyways, I am playing that game right now. And
is the game okay?
The game is freaking amazing.
Okay, cool.
I mean, honestly,
that's like all bullshit aside. Is the game okay?
Yeah, the game is actually a lot of fun. It's got some like Dark Soul qualities, but you can adjust the difficulty, so you don't have to worry about.
It's not a Souls game. All right, cool.
No, it's a Souls game with the difficulty slider.
Not a Souls game then.
Yeah, fine.
I will dig. I will dig.
Okay, I basically, the combat mechanics are about parrying and dodging, I group it with the Souls-like.
Fair. No, that's fine.
So that's kind of what the mechanics are with this one is, dip diving, blocking, parrying, like counterattacking are like some of the best ways. But yeah, it's got this beautiful post-apocalyptic environment. Humanity has been basically like driven off planet because of this like weird, I don't know, it's not like they're aliens, but they're like weird mutated creatures that have basically taken over the Earth. And you are part of a squad of androids coming from space to eliminate these creatures to make the planet habitable again. It's basically the plot line of Nier Automata.
I was going to say, this sounds very Nier-ish.
Yeah. That's
Nier is amazing.
Nier is amazing. And were you quoting Gloria Gaynor?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's an android from outer space. I was like, I immediately went to like when Men in Black Part 2 when Frank the Pug was singing in the car.
Yeah. So you go around, you explore. They kind of put you in this like desolated city in the beginning. You get to see some really cool like bad guy designs. The bosses are a lot of fun to play against. And while I did mention the game is like Souls-like with the whole block and parry, it's also a lot more action oriented. So it does encourage you to try and go for those combos while dodging.
Okay.
So it's faster pace. There's a whole bunch of different skills that you can like add on to your character. It's got skill trees, of course, to upgrade your character. But yeah, I'm loving the setting. There is a lot of missions, like a lot of side quests that you can do. Like eventually you get to a hub where you can get more missions and go explore either previous areas or, move on forward with your mission. But it's a good game. Like it's very solid.
Cool.
And
Nice.
if aside from all the controversy and like just play the game, don't like who cares if like a pair of titties got a cloth over it. There's still like that is literally like one costume out of I think there's supposed to be like 70 variations of this of costumes. And like including the infamous nude suit, the skin suit, where if you literally wear the skin suit, it looks like you're naked, but it also is like the equivalent of hard mode. You have no shield, so bad guys hurt when they hit you, which I thought was a very nice like counterpoint. If you want to be more sexier, it creates more of a challenge. But yeah, fun game.
Nice.
It's hard to be attractive in this world. Not that I know about that.
Well, all you have to be is a Korean supermodel, and you're attractive.
That sounds exhausting.
Or an android. Androids are hot.
I'd be a robot.
You be a robot?
I would be a robot.
I mean, I'm sorry. I do love me some Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. I do.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I would be a robot.
The
I don't know what any of that means.
actual anime version, the Scarlett Johansson version, can die in a fire.
Oh, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
So that's the big game I've been playing. I've also
Is it worth spending the $70?
I think it's a $70 game. The quality's there.
Because like I mean I don't remember the last time I spent more than like $30 on a video game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to spend more money, but the house and everything was like, now we're like really pinching pennies until we get out of this little hole here. But
Let me switch over to my menu side here. I played the game for about 16 hours and have gotten 30%. So in terms of length, like there's plenty to do to keep.
I thought you were going to say you played 16 hours and we're done. I was like, perfect.
No, it I mean, if you don't do your side quests, then fine. Yeah, it's going to be shorter.
Great.
But I also picked up Euden Chronicles because I actually kickstarted that game, and I kickstarted the Switch version, so I got a code. But, I heard iffy things about the Switch version, so I just started playing it on Game Pass while waiting for my physical edition to come in.
I played the first game. Well, I don't. The other game that came
The
out
Suikoden?
years ago. Yeah, no, not Suikoden, but
No, the one that
Rising.
came out last year.
Rising,
They're
yeah.
going to come out last year.
Yeah, very, very different style of game. This one goes to the turn-based RPG style of
Right.
Suikoden, 6 base team members who can like create combos when they like have like a relationship built between different characters or like levels. I don't know. I haven't really gotten that far to see how like hero moves like come about other than through story.
nice.
But it is I'm not gonna lie, it's a slow burn right now. Like I probably played it for about 6 to 8 hours, and I'm like wondering when the plot's actually gonna move because I just seem to be doing random missions and like just trying to chase off bandits here and there when you know that there's supposed to be a war brewing, but it just hasn't quite gotten to that point yet.
Well, I mean, look at Breath of the Wild. The princess is in trouble now, but you need to spend 100 hours grinding whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth, like so far. Just kind of being like, okay, go to this town, I'll go to that town, I'll go back to this town, I'll go over to this dungeon that happens to be like an hour-long dungeon. Now go back into town. It's like you're just running back and forth a lot. But I'm
Matt,
hoping it's gonna get good.
I love your analogy because I think about all the Legend of Zelda games I played. Like I had no sense of urgency to rescue Zelda.
Oh my God, she's gonna die! Go this way.
What's this Raph do?
Upright.
It's like, hey,
You're telling me there's a fairy all the way on the other side of the world? Going for that.
Yeah. It's like, hey, listen, she's been in that condition for like 100 years now.
You-
I think she can
you-
wait a little bit.
You're telling me I could? You're telling me I can throw 15 bombs into this pond and get back 30?
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it gets better. Honestly, Stellar Blade's been taking a good chunk of my time, but I did try 2 other more indie style games. I tried the Tales of Kenzara Zao, which is the
Ooh, I'm
2D
interested in that one.
the 2D Metroidvania with the African influence. It's about a boy who's, well, more of a teenager who's struggling to cope with his father's death, and he's getting told his dead father has written him a story that kind of deals with the exact same thing. And so it's a story about a boy going on an adventure to try to bring back his dead father by hunting down 3 spirits. So first off, it's very beautiful. Like,
Mhm.
we're talking Ori / Prince of Persia, like prettiness. And even though the first impression is to compare it to Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, I would say it actually has more common with Ori and the Blind Forest, or actually both of the Ori games.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Your character can switch between 2 masks, a sun mask and a moon mask. The sun mask is basically your melee combat, and the moon mask is long range combat. And sometimes an enemy will have a shield that can only be destroyed by one or the other. But then you could also like switch
Oh, I love
between the
that.
masks to string some combos as well. And these masks can also do various or help you with the various environment puzzles. Like the moon mask, you can get an ability that can freeze water so that you can climb up on waterfalls or to stop like rushing water from like pushing you away. And the sun mask, I just got an ability for. I'm trying to remember. It launches a spear that can like activate switches. So there's probably more abilities that I've yet to learn because it is a Metroidvania. Paths are blocked by the ability to, get new items to open them up. But the voice acting is superb. It's voiced by the guy who did Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origin. In fact, he's the guy who created the game. This is his story.
Oh wow.
Like he created this game because he was it helped him deal with his own grief of losing his father unexpectedly. So it's kind of like him telling his story through a video game,
Nice.
and it's very beautiful. I highly recommend it. I look forward to playing it some more. If I didn't have like 100 million other things that also I want to play. And finally, I briefly tried out Another Crab's Treasure. Have you guys ever heard of this game?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard really good stuff about it too. Like I heard like it's really entertaining.
It is actually pretty hilarious. This one is Dark Souls.
Oh,
I've heard
this
that too.
game.
I've heard
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
This game looks dope.
You are a hermit crab who
Yeah, this is a friggin' Souls like.
yeah, his shell gets repossessed because he owes back taxes on a duchess that
What?
kind of claimed his land.
What?
So you have to go and try and
Colonialism. Here we go.
oh, that it's got a lot of like themes of colonialism, it's pollution, like it's got a lot of like you can tell there's messages being told in this game. But this crab goes to the
I feel like this
Duchess.
was announced years ago, wasn't it?
I think it's like 2 years. Yeah.
That was I think it was at like a Nintendo Direct or something.
Yeah, it was announced at a direct like years ago. I think
Yeah.
Story Route Zero was still going when this was announced. Yeah, no, okay. Continue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So your job is to go and try and reclaim your shell back. But of course you get sent on missions. The sea is a very dangerous place. So enable
This.
what you have to do is you have to find other things that can be your shell. And that will give you armor which can be destroyed, as well as eventually abilities that you can use. What they call what is it called? I forget what the abilities are called, but they're called Umani abilities.
Nice.
And the way you strengthen them is by strengthening your MSG stat. So you gotta love some of the puns that they go with on this game. I think we just made Matt lose
No,
interest.
it's MSG umami. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing this. Go ahead. Continue.
Nope.
I will say this. I do want to say this just so it pop myself out of my headspace that I was in. The last game you were talking about, Tales of Kanzaru Zao,
Yeah.
sounds a lot like Guacamelee mechanically,
Mm-hmm.
because there was like a light and dark mechanic there.
Yeah.
And I pulled the Steam page up and watched the trailer while you were talking, and it
Mhm.
also reminded me of an old, I believe this was a Housemarque game called Outland from way back in the day, which similar light dark mechanics there, but I think it was red and blue in Outland. It's been forever.
Yeah, I mean, I can see kind of the similarities. Unfortunately, they haven't used that kind of a system yet where you switch between, like, it's just switching the ability around. It's not like you're switching the environment to, pop one section out and then switch over to pop another one like Guacamelee did.
So I'm right. They probably don't have that at the beginning, but later on it got to the point where you had to like do it. Like sometimes you would have to do it mid combo in
Mhm.
order to get through an encounter.
Yep. No, I remember what you're talking about. Those some of those moments were very precise in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I love Guacamelee though.
Same.
Yeah. But yeah, another Crab's Treasure. It's very lighthearted, which is very deceptive because it is very Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You will get your ass kicked. However, there is modifiers that you can put up on it. Not a difficulty slot, like difficulty changer, but different little like modifiers that you can say, oh, I want to be able to damage the enemy more, or take less damage, or just give your crab a gun and have at it.
So
Makes
it's
sense.
it's Dark Souls born.
Yeah.
What's it out on right now?
I think it's out
I believe
on
it's on
everything.
Switch. Oh, it is on everything?
It's on everything, but it is available on Game Pass.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
That might be where I check it out then.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been playing.
Game Pass. Bow.
Mutant Chronicles and Another Crab's Treasure, both on Game Pass.
Nice.
I think I played Rising on Game Pass too. I liked Rising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Microsoft worked out a deal to get both of them on Game Pass.
If it's Japanese, Microsoft made a deal. Let's be honest. Speaking of deals, LeRon, what are you playing?
Wow, deals. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's more the same for me. Like Tekken 8. I'm not. Yeah, actually, no. I made the announcement that I'm in the blue ranks now, which is a feat. And yeah, like this struggle continues because I'm starting to learn exactly where high level play is at, and I gotta adapt. So beyond that, like finally got back to Monster Hunter World Iceborne and stuff like that. Hashtag Return to World. Yeah, and so Matt,
Yes.
here's something funny. So I forgot where I was at because I'm in a replay of Monster Hunter World. So like so I created a new character, brand new Palico, playing from the beginning and stuff like that, having real good fun, like like just playing through those old missions. But I forgot. I kind of forgot where I was at in the story progression because I hadn't played it in like a couple of months. So I get in there. I'm like, okay, I got one required mission is basically to hunt Diablos for the first time. And guess what? And guess what the very next mission was?
Devil Joe.
No, no, not no. The Zora Magdaros rematch. I was like,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I don't have the mental bandwidth for this.
Yeah. I remember the first time I remember the first time I did that. I was with a buddy of mine. I'm like, I'm going to bed. Fuck this.
yes, exactly. The one thing I will say that Monster Hunter Rise did differently from Monster Hunter World is like those siege missions. Like, well, missions like that are not in the game because like I was one of those people like. You've been playing Monster Hunter for a while, Matt. Like
Yeah.
remember the Jin Moran and the Dowan Moran missions and all that stuff, and it's like, man, this is like the biggest fucking slog because like this mission
So
is.
I've only played World.
Oh, you've only played World?
I've
Okay,
only played World and Sunbreak. So like the old stuff, I played through. I would say a third of Generations Ultimate, and
Okay,
I'm sort of at my.
Oh yeah, Generations Ultimate didn't even have like that stuff.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
wanted to try and stick it out to go against Autel Call, but I just don't think I have that. I don't have that.
that mission's not fun. That mission's not fun.
I mean, but that fight looks so cool.
It's cool. It's cool the first time, you know, like fighting the giant mantis that turns into a Gundam. But you know, after that's it. You know,
Yeah.
After you play it for the first time, that's it.
I mean, I've watched it enough on YouTube at this point where I'm like, oh, that's so sick. I want to fight that thing, but also,
yeah. But I'm glad to confess that I actually finally beat a game. Well, actually, no, it's the second game I've beaten this year. I rolled credits on Mario versus Donkey Kong. At least the first playthrough. Like I don't know if I have it in me to do the second run, even though the second run is it looks pretty challenging. Not challenging. It looks fun. Because the game I would say the game got somewhat challenging, but I feel like it was like a really good like entry level game for anyone that just likes platforming, puzzling, and stuff like that. Now, what I do like is for all the people who remember old school Donkey Kong, that final boss fight is basically a throwback to the arcade days of Donkey Kong. Because I can't remember for sure. Actually, I don't want to spoil anything, but because I never beat the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Game Boy Advance, but I don't remember like the hook, like what they. I feel like they did something different in the final battle than they did in the original game because I'm like I don't remember this, but then I also don't remember beating the original game, so I don't know. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed it, and like I told you, Pat, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know why I just never beat it. Like, you know, because you can literally beat that game in like 6 hours.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick game. Sometimes it gets like you need to take a breather. Just
yeah. Oh yeah, I had those moments. I tell you what, when we got to the when we y'all will know what I'm talking about when I say conveyor belts and laser beams. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, like that's when I was like, man, like fuck this damn game.
World 8 definitely got difficult.
Yeah. But fun game. I give it an A minus. No, I give it a solid A. Like it was good. My score may change depending on if I ever go back and play do the second playthrough because like it's basically like New Game Plus. Like all the worlds are like you know like Toy Shop Plus and you know City Lights Plus. So that means like you know something's up with them.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's everything I've been playing.
Oh. Okay. Well, mine's short and sweet. I have continued my Final Fantasy VII journey. I played a game for the first time in a couple weeks now, and man, I am just not enjoying myself with this game.
I told you, Corey.
I'm 13 hours.
I think a few of us told you,
but I can't play the new ones until I beat the original.
Why the fuck not? Okay. You know what? I'm
doing this to myself.
I'm sick of this. If unless someone tells you, well, actually, I think someone probably did try to tell your ass like to play the original Final Fantasy VII, despite the protestation.
Everybody,
you know what? Hold on.
Sure as hell wasn't us.
I'm gonna interject here. I'm gonna interject here. See, Corey is in his mid-30s, right?
Yeah, we'll say mid.
Okay, so So mid-30s, grew up with, a Nintendo and a Game Boy. There's a mentality that is shared in that generation. I'm my generation, our generation, LeRon, worse. Where there are people our age who would not let their kids play like Nintendo 64 or something like that unless they played Nintendo. And so that creates this sickness that Corey is going through right now. Like, he has to play the original because for some reason he believes that that's the way. Ultimately, I for about 10 minutes in my life, I thought I was going to be that way too. But then I realized, no, that's actually bullshit.
That's backwards.
It's actually incorrect and wrong. Because I would say that there is a possibility, there is a way to experience a game today. Like, for instance, there's a way to play Helldivers 2 today and then go back to Quake and understand where this came from.
Where it came from.
Does that diminish the importance of Quake? Hell no. Will someone going from Helldivers 2 to the original Quake actually think Quake's not that good? Sure, probably.
Yeah.
But good and bad are subjective. Important and unimportant are not.
But it's one of those gaming holes in my life, right?
No. Okay.
Look,
you could have just
Corey,
started the remake.
Corey, I would say you could say it's a gaming hole, and that's fine.
It's better than saying a gaping hole. Hey-oh.
Sure.
Gaping Dragon.
Nah.
Dark Souls.
Yep.
But just because there's a hole doesn't mean it needs to be filled.
Corey, let me ask you a question. The original Final Fantasy 7, Pat, well, Final Fantasy 7 was 95, 96?
97.
It was 97? I remember being 97. I don't remember being 97.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take your word for it.
That means no, that can't be right, because
It's 97.
Final Fantasy 8, that means Final Fantasy 8 came out like a year later.
It did.
It's 97.
It was
It's on
Okay.
the sauce.
7 was 97. 8 was 99, and then 9 was 2000.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I miss the days when they can come out with sequels in 2 years.
I want to ask you this question. I want you to seriously ponder this before you give me your answer, Corey. Like, was Final Fantasy VII, the original, released at a pivotal point in your life where you had to play it? At a pivotal point in your gaming life that you had to play it.
Well,
because I'm pretty sure you're knee deep in Nintendo 64 games. So you're probably playing.
Well, I played 8, 9, and 10 all in a row, and then I went back to 7, and I thought, man, this is not fun. At the time, this was like 2000. What did 10 come out? 2002, 3, 2.
You played 8, 9, and
3?
10.
Yeah.
In all honesty, 8, 9, and 10 is why you're not having the best time with Final Fantasy 7. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I know that's why.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it going back now, but I wanted to get that context because I know a lot of things are different in the new ones, and I want that context.
In some ways, yes, but it's still like 95% the same.
Yeah, in the original Final Fantasy VII, when it came out back then,
they made a 45-hour RPG out of the first 2 hours.
Well, yeah, they added side shit.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
But see, now from what I've heard, all of that sort of serves the greater story too. Like, they didn't just add shit willy nilly.
Yeah,
they definitely expanded on it.
They've fleshed out the lore of Final Fantasy VII in a way that I don't even think like fan fiction could have done.
Like, the character interactions are like way better than you would have expected in a PlayStation 1. Like, it's complicated.
Yeah. I mean, it's so complex. I mean, and
ultimately,
so Corey,
ultimately,
you dug yourself into his own hole.
No, I did. Here's the thing. Ultimately, this is a hobby. This is not your job.
I know.
If you're not having fun, you can stop.
Yeah.
I could, but then I can't play the new ones, and then I'll just have to accept that I'm never going to ever play.
So,
about?
so
What
this,
are you talking
this
about?
is
Have you met my brain, LeRon?
yes, I have for sure. I've sat next to you and watched you eat a cheesesteak. I've
I
met your
know.
brain.
God, you made that sound like an ordeal.
It was great. It was. Yeah, I remember he was like, "No, I don't know. Oh, this is amazing. I'm like, yeah. Stared into Corey's happy little
Okay.
soul.
All right,
But
all right.
here's the
Corey,
thing.
if you want to play a blast from the past from Square's library, play Einhander.
No, I'm good.
Just remember, just because everybody in their mother says it's the greatest game ever, doesn't mean everybody's going to like it. I mean, there are plenty of people who have said over the course of the past 30 years that Citizen Kane is the best film ever made. How many times do you see on YouTube someone, I watched Citizen Kane, meh. Ultimately, that's what you're having right now.
To be fair, I'm not looking up Citizen Kane reviews. In
Exactly.
2024.
But my point is, anytime you start talking about film, like the end of 2022, the Sight and Sound film list came out, and Citizen Kane once again was not on the top, and everyone was pissed off because where's Citizen Kane? Why is it not up top? And then you get the discourse that, well, Citizen Kane isn't that good actually.
Yeah.
Which
you have to be in the right mindset to watch and appreciate Citizen Kane.
Not necessarily. I don't think you do. I don't think you do at all.
Yeah,
I think Citizen. I think Citizen Kane is a great film, but not for the. It was a bad film. Let me finish. I'm not trying. I just want to get this out. Otherwise, we're going to detour, and I'm never going to get my point across. My point is, Corey, you do not need to do this if you are not having fun.
I know.
And I will personally come to your house. I will take every old Final Fantasy out of there and Clockwork Orange you to Final Fantasy VII Remake if I have to.
Side tangent. Remember when the Clockwork Orange people were in the new Space Jam cartoon movie?
Yes.
They put the Clockwork Orange.
Yes, they also put the nuns from the Devils in there, which is hilarious on so many different levels.
Yeah, that was awkward. I didn't watch it, but I just heard about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know I don't have to. I'm just being an ass to myself.
Don't do that to yourself. You can treat yourself better. And look,
just watch a YouTube walkthrough.
And plus,
oh God, good luck.
Everybody has been telling me that I have to play Final Fantasy VII and that I'm wrong for not liking Metal Gear and all of these things that are just like the highest of highs in video game history that I really don't give two shits about. That, I'm incorrect. Fact of the matter is, I'm not incorrect because it's my opinion. It's not me stating these are bad. It's me saying I don't like them.
You do know that in the internet terms, your opinion means it's fact, and therefore
the internet. Well, the internet is completely full of shit. I should know because I am as well. We can smell our own, ironically.
But mine smells so good.
Jeez. Everyone loves their own brand.
Yep.
But no, you do not. There's not some mythical debt you owe yourself to play this game. People have been telling me to play Final Fantasy VII forever. I fell in love with Tales before I ever fell in love with a Final Fantasy game. I played the first 3 Final Fantasies as well as 6, and I'm good.
Tales is great shit.
And Tales gave me so much more. I'm not saying you'll have that journey, but just understand what you've gotten more from and go that way. Think about it that way rather than just do what your silly brain tells you to do, even though it's hurting you.
Don't let it hurt you, Corey.
Yeah.
Our biggest enemy in life tends to be ourselves.
It's fair. Biggest enemy of life is life itself. We should all just end it.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've just been in this weird funk where I just don't want to play video games. And it sucks because like I want to play video games, but I'm like not in the mood to play video games. So it's like,
Dude, you should play Stellar Blade.
but that
Let
requires
that-
me to spend $70, and that's also something I don't really feel like doing at the moment.
But you can look at sheared lace boobies.
I can do that for free on the internet,
Yeah.
and they're not sheer laced; they're empty, or I
Or
don't know
nude.
what the correct term is.
Or nude and jiggling.
Mm.
No, I've been the same way. I want to play other games, but the idea of trying to learn a new game
Yeah,
is
I mean,
exhausting.
even games I'm like even Destiny, like a game that I'm like, it's my comfort game is like, I don't even really want to do this either. You know, like, I don't know. After the final shape, I think I'm tapping out of Destiny though, for real this time. And like
Until you find out it's going to offer something new and exciting.
No, well, here's the thing. I do know what's kind of happening afterwards, but and it's enticing, but I can't. You know, I just can't. But I want to play video games, and I just don't know what to do with myself.
What kind of video game do you want to play, Corey?
Jeez, I don't
Deep
know.
inside, like, what is it?
Honestly,
that you want?
the series I want to play the most right now is Xenoblade Chronicles for some reason.
Then play Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
I know, but
Pick up Xenoblade. Like, I don't care which one you pick up. Just play something you
Well, you
want to
gotta start
actually
with one.
play.
Something I always do in these situations, or at least I used to before I found the idea of learning a new game terrifying. What is I would go to like a storefront. Like I've done this on Switch, I've done this on my Steam Deck, I've done this on my PlayStation, and just look at like the featured games and see if they do anything for me. Or like if there's a sale happening, go look at the sale and say, I'll try that. And then just pick one thing and try it. If that's not the thing,
Yeah, actually, Stellar Blade has a demo.
yeah, I know.
And that demo, it's one of those demos that continues on.
That carries over.
Yeah.
I downloaded the demo last night before I went to bed because I really wanted to play it. But what was the other thing? Oh, the other thing too. Speaking of Steam Deck, I've been like seriously considering trading in like everything and just getting a Steam Deck and just saying, fuck it all.
Why a Steam Deck though?
Because I like the portable nature and
You know
like,
the game you like to play, which is like your career game, is not Steam Deck verified.
I know it's not. It won't even play because your account gets banned if you try to play it on Steam Deck.
Exactly. So why?
Destiny,
So why put yourself
because the engine is so old that they can't implement the proper anti-cheat stuff.
oh Jesus.
It's the Halo Reach engine is what it's running on.
Oh God.
So, which is technically like broken off of the Halo 3 engine.
Yeah.
I know I'm not really going to do that, but the thought crossed my mind. But when, man, this whole like, I don't know. I don't want to get into this conversation because it's going to be a whole thing, and I just the whole like
Bro,
Xbox conversation and the whole like, I don't know, man. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Kiel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.
You know, I think we need to do a therapy session here, Corey. Forget the topics that we had. Let's talk about this.
No, let's answer questions because we have a lot of them, and I want to get through them.
Well, my question is, why do you do this to yourself, Corey?
Yes, that's my question too.
Because I suck. Okay, I don't know what else to tell you. That's my excuse. I have no excuse. But that's, I don't know. I feel like I was having this while I was not sleeping last night. I was laying in bed with my eyes open, staring at the ceiling, thinking about how I've invested in the wrong platform for 10 years when the Xbox platform. Even though
Those were 10 years of great memories for you, Corey.
Why do you say that?
just I don't know. I just feel like all those games are going to PlayStation now, and like I just
Who cares? That means the money
that means-
Microsoft
I
make
know.
more things.
I know.
That means more
I know.
people will get to play these games.
It was a rabbit hole I fell down, and I just didn't.
He's depressing me. Let's move
I'm-
on.
No. Hang on.
No,
Let him finish.
I really like my Xbox. I prefer the platform. It's just kind of like it's weird talking about Xbox these days, and it's just like I fell down that rabbit hole because I was exhausted. And you know how when you're exhausted, you overthink everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is weird because you're exhausted and you shouldn't be able to overthink it. But here we are.
Yeah.
God,
I hate the DualSense controller, man. I tried to use it yesterday, 2 days ago. What was yesterday?
that doesn't surprise
Yesterday.
me. That doesn't surprise me at all.
I hate that controller so much. God, can I just get the PlayStation 4 controller back? That controller.
That was a good
Nice.
controller.
Yeah.
But see, also I think you hate it because of your preferred platform.
No, I don't like the haptic triggers, and I don't like the stick placement.
Okay. Again, that's
it's
because your preferred platform is Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice controller. I think it's way more sturdy than an Xbox controller. I just
But
prefer
the
the offset
ergonomics. You prefer
And
the
the-
ergonomics of the Xbox controller.
and the D-pad is, I don't know. I still think the PlayStation 4 controller is actually the best PlayStation controller, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm
But-
with you there. I'm with you there.
Anyway, Ron, you're fired. Get out. All right,
I can't say I like the Xbox controller much anymore because
No,
the one
sir,
I have,
I am so sorry.
mine's just started having drift.
Your Xbox controller has
My Xbox controller is having a drift.
Oh. Well, my launch Joy-Cons just started getting Joy-Con drift.
Well, they're supposed to.
I know, but I've had
Joy-Con drift within 3 months. Good for you, man.
my old blues. It's time to retire them. We had some good memories, but they're trash. Speaking of trash, let's answer some questions. Remember, you can email us at podcast.bossrush@gmail.com or join the Discord or look for the Twitter thread or the Patreon thread. All these cool places you can leave us questions. The options are endless. Actually, it ends at 4 places, but let's answer this little ditty. Someone named Stephanie K via Discord writes in and says, "What is it like to record without Steph, and why are you sad about it?"
Well, when Steph isn't around, we can actually take off our pants and we just let the dicks fly.
Speak for yourself, Pat. My pants are always
Were
off.
we supposed to do that? Because I didn't.
My pants are always off. So,
Why do you think I keep the camera up here?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
why are we
I mean-
sad about it?
Why are we sad about it?
Because I think Stephanie keeps us even keeled.
I miss Steph's energy. It's not like, and I'll say that
Me
like
too.
it's not necessarily because she's like high energy or low energy, but it's her energy is so complementary to the group.
She is enthusiastic. Like she's got that, first time experience energy that we just always wish that we could have again when we play our video games. Like she's experiencing something that was like super amazing when I played it so many years ago.
Mm-hmm. But she's also like really smart and really articulate when delivering her thoughts and opinions
Yeah.
too. We
I
miss you,
don't.
Steph.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel off when she's not here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing against you guys at all. It's just like when she's not here, I just feel off. Like part of us is missing.
Yeah.
Like the other day, like 2 weeks ago when she missed and Matt was here the first time and Matt was late and it was just the 3 of us, I felt really off the entire time. That's just me.
So hang on. Before we go to the next question or before we go to the next answer, LeRon just asked a question. I have to deliver some bad news.
Uh-oh.
Bagel passed away last year.
Oh
What?
no!
Yeah,
Who's Bagel?
my dog.
I'm
How old
sorry.
was he?
He was 15.
Oh, I didn't know he was that old.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he was super old. Well, we had to say goodbye to him because he had deteriorated so much.
Aw.
It was
Poor
becoming
dude.
it was becoming it was to the point where like the baby was starting to like get up and crawl around, and with Bagel leaving stuff where the baby
Yeah.
was going to be crawling, like it was just the problem. We had to do one of the
Aw,
hardest
that's
things
so-
that we've ever had to do. So
I'm so sorry.
that's okay. You didn't know. You didn't know. But yeah, it's been, I think July it'll be a year.
And the reason why I even asked the question is because I'm so used to hearing like because Bagel would give you the hey, it's time to go to bed noises.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. So
Aw.
next question or next answer about Steph.
Who didn't answer about stuff?
I don't know.
I feel like we all chimed in.
Steph, we miss you. We hope you enjoyed your baseball game. Instead of hanging
The
out with us.
Sox lose. Just
I
kidding.
really hope this Stephanie K that asked this question got their +1 gratification or something.
I'm gonna stay out of that.
Oh man. Anyways, Stephanie, we miss you. Be
Yes, we
safe.
do.
Have fun.
Mhm.
Go Sox. Our next I don't know. Our next question comes from Sam Hall. He writes in, how do you feel about the sheer amount of video games today, and how are you handling it as a gamer and as an adult? Well, I think I pretty much just broke down how I was handling it. So
With
not
tears.
good.
I think I'm doing very well. Like like I'm well adjusted and like I've gotten to a point in my video gaming career that I kind of know like when I should buy something like day one, when I can wait for like a really good sale, or when I know for sure that the game is going to be garbage, and I either wait for it to come to like one of the free platforms like Xbox, Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, or I just wait for it to be absolutely free on Epic Game Store. I've gotten to that point, so honestly, I have not spent that much money, on games like everybody. I feel bad for everybody that had to buy everything day one, like the last 5 months last year.
Yeah, if you wait, you get great deals.
Yeah, like I literally pick and refuse like what I'm going to spend money on.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, man. I used to be the person that bought everything day one, and the fact that I don't do that now has made my wallet much happier.
Yeah, it's called growth.
Yeah.
I still need to pick everything up day one because I need to try it while it's relevant.
That's fair.
That
Pat,
way I can have things to talk about.
Pat takes that bullet for all of us.
I do. It's okay, though. I don't have anything else to spend my money on.
If I was going after everything, I'd buy everything and end up playing nothing. So
yeah, I
play whatever I'm playing right now, because I usually just play one game at a time anyway. And if a whole bunch of things come out the same day or like within the same week, I'm just looking at them, getting analysis paralysis, and then I'll end up, the anxiety will get to me and I just won't play either of them because I'll play something that'll make me happy.
Now, another part of this question that I need to answer, is how do I feel about the sheer amount of video games today? I feel like, and I've said this before. I feel like we're about to eclipse onto a gaming recession, because I mean, if you just look at the state of gaming these days, right now, quality is not there. There's a lot of quantity, but there's no substance, on things of that nature. Companies are doing really scummy things to the customers and the fan base and stuff like that, so it's one of those situations where it's like, man, it's almost like how like millennials feel nowadays. Like, like a lot of millennials and Gen Zers are like, we're not having kids because like the world's on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't afford it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the quality's not there. I just think it gets so lost in the. I mean, look at the
The worst-
eShop every day.
Yeah.
There is so much shit on the eShop
Mhm.
every day,
Mm-hmm.
and it just like, what are you doing? Like,
I love
It's-
it when the discourse for like the eShop became, oh, it's classic Nintendo shovelware. Like, y'all fucking looked at Steam ever in your life? Oh my god!
Steam is
they
like
don't-
5
no, they
times
don't-
worse than eShop.
No. Hold on. Nintendo gamers don't look at Steam because the only thing they know is Nintendo.
Exactly, but like my
Mhm.
point is like, I specifically like left all of my filters like off on Steam just to see like how absolutely wretched it gets. And there are some games where I'm like, wow, that's just a crime what they're doing. Like
I
they are
know.
literally they want me to just willfully be complicit in their crime. Like just
Well, there's also this too, like it's so easy now to like to create video games stuff like that. So some people, because we've read interviews where people said, I just made this game. I know it's not a good game, but I just made this game just so I'd have a publishing credit.
Yeah.
And I get that. I get that
Sure.
because I want to have a book authored by the time I'm 50 years old and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, and you guys know me. I two sides everything, so that makes my argument so invalid sometimes because I'll be like, well, this is why it's this way, but this is also why it's that way, and I don't know who's on first, what's on third, who's in the outfield anymore, and stuff like that.
Today's in the outfield.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, I feel like, and you know what? It's not even like I'm asking for everything to be a triple A or a quadruple A, blockbuster or whatnot. I'm not even asking for masterpieces, and stuff like that. I just feel like the nostalgia that I had for games up to a certain point. This is why I have tons of emulators on like my ROG Ally or my computer and stuff like that. The nostalgia that I had for games of a certain time frame and era. I don't feel that same way about gaming now. And with the sheer amount of video games that come out, and yeah, I know, like the economy got hit. COVID was a thing. Like a lot of stuff got either pushed back, delayed, or even canceled and stuff like that. So there's so many variables out there and stuff like that. But I also feel like the sheer amount of video games today, is because it's almost like a two-pronged thing. Like like we are the disease and the symptom at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. Well,
I'm sorry, Sam, if I just kind of like just deflated that question.
No,
for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of have like, I do have my go-to list of franchises that I buy day one, right? Or something that I'm interested within the first month or so.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just have stopped trying to keep up because I couldn't keep up before kids, and now I'm sure I can't keep up with after kids, and like that's why I'm considering getting some sort of handheld PC device for so long because of that. So
I mean, I'm almost ready to drop $30 to buy Monster Hunter Stories, a game that I've already played and beat a long time ago. But it's also because Capcom threw me a bone. Like all the dialogue is voiceovered now. In this game.
Oh jeez.
Which honestly is giving me the appreciation that I need to go back and I need to beat Monster Hunter Stories too, because I never beat that game. And I'm one of the people single-handedly responsible for Corey buying that game.
Games
Yeah.
are fun for the most part. Gosh, don't you get disappointed when you don't spend money on games and then the game comes out that you're looking forward to and you buy it and you don't like it?
Yep.
Yes.
That's the worst.
Yes.
All the time.
So all right, our next question, everybody. We're gonna moving on over. Our next question comes from Nikolai 2.0. Is Tetsuya Nomura actually insane, or is he a genius?
Yes.
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts, everybody.
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's gonna cross the line though, where his genius is gonna become insane. You know, kind of like where
And then Kingdom
Elon
Hearts
was.
and Final Fantasy will blend into some weird near story, and then Yoko Taro will be like, "I've been this way the whole time."
Yoko Taro, then Suda51 and Swarmy. They can all
I mean,
like just
Swery.
Swery, thank you.
Yeah.
Swery, like they can all get together and like just create the most. And Kojima, throw Kojima in there with them. Just make them
I think of
completely
the
off.
ones you've mentioned, Kojima is the most basic. Like, yeah, his narratives get convoluted, but fucking whatever. Like, Yoko Taro, Swery, Suda51, and Tetsuya Nomura are all leaning so hard into their own stuff that their works feel set apart from the rest of the world. Like, there's nothing like a Yoko Taro game. There's nothing like a Swery game. There's nothing like a Suda51 game. There's nothing like there's nothing like Kingdom Hearts out there. There's absolutely nothing. And there's not a slew of like Kingdom Hearts likes anywhere, because A, that shit's hard to do, and B, like the games were already like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I haven't played any of the other ones. Are just so good already. And the fact that they are also coated in about several layers of Nomura's nonsense, like you don't get stuff like that from Kojima, I don't think.
That's another series I want to play through again is Kingdom Hearts.
I've been thinking about it too.
I've been itching, but also
There's part of me that wants to get back into Kingdom Hearts, but at the same time, like, man, I'm so disgusted with that series.
I want to play that rhythm game again. That was a good way to experience Kingdom Hearts all over.
Melody of Memory.
Yep. Just because I appreciate that music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a really great idea for a Kingdom Hearts Let's Play series that we could do if we ever had time or wanted to, or maybe never. But
I want to do this, guys. Maybe if you don't think it's a dumb idea, which we don't.
No, man, Kingdom Hearts, man.
Kingdom Hearts was good.
Man, if I would just stop doing things. All right.
I remember when I was playing the first one on, what was it, PlayStation 1?
2.
Okay.
Two.
Two. And I remember in my room, because I think it was just before I had moved out. My mom walked by and she's like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "It's called Kingdom Hearts. It's basically Final Fantasy meets Disney." And she literally stayed there for about 10, 15 minutes. And then she just left the room shaking her head. She's like, "I don't even know." I go, "Honestly, I don't either, but I'm trying to figure it out."
No, I was on my mission. I went on a church mission, and Kingdom Hearts came out while I was on my church mission. And so I asked my mom, please pick up this game. And she looked at it, it's like, "Why do you want a Disney game?" It's like, "No, you don't understand. It's Disney meets Final Fantasy. Like, this is something I have to."
And she still didn't
play.
understand.
She didn't understand, but she bought the game for me. So I got Kingdom Hearts when, I got to finally play it when I got home. And it was glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious. Man, Kingdom Hearts, man. All right, Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2?
2.
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, Birth by Sleep, if we're being honest.
I said 1 or 2, LeRon.
I know, and I threw a knuckleball in there.
He threw 0.
Knuckleball your face. Our next question comes from the 1 True James. He actually has 2 questions. Do you plan to play Tales from Candleforth?
I looked it up. Nope, this is not a game I want to play.
I had never heard of it before this question, and it's like a point and click puzzler. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It would be one of those things that like I would play on a sale.
It's
I don't know
it's
if I
it's
play it right
it's
away.
yeah, it's not my speed.
Mhm.
It's not. I mean, it's the reason why. Pat, what was that game? What was that game that was basically like stop motion clay motion?
Harold Halibut.
Yeah, like I looked that one up and I was like, it looks quirky, but it's not my speed either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny name though.
Halibut.
Haha.
Yeah. The answer to go with everyone else, probably not.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so if Pat is saying no to a game, that means something.
It means I got other things I need to work on first.
hmm
Yeah. Our next question from the one true James. What games do you wish were no longer hidden gems and many people started playing and appreciated today? I have a great answer for this.
I mentioned this game earlier to Corey and told him to play that instead of Final Fantasy VII.
What is that, LeRon?
Einhander.
Nah. They said hidden gems, not trash.
Wait. Do you even know what this game is?
I have no idea what it is.
I believe it's an RPG from Square.
Einhander is the only shoot 'em up game that Square ever made.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you like games like Gradius and Radiant Silvergun and stuff like that, you will love Einhander. And plus, Einhander has like one of the best. As a matter of fact, I'm listening to the soundtrack right now in these headphones as we're recording. Like Einhander has one of the best video game soundtracks I've ever heard.
Okay,
one of the best.
I believe you.
How can you play this game?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Get
going
a PlayStation 2.
A PS1. It's a PS1 game. That's why I was like. If you're gonna reach back into the PS1 library of Square games, like it's Einhander and it's Final Fantasy Tactics. Those are the ones, and we already know Final Fantasy Tactics is not a hidden gem. Like everybody should be playing that game.
Yeah, that's not hidden. It already got remade
at all.
Yeah, that game ain't a secret. If it has Final Fantasy in front of it, it's not a secret.
No, it's the Final Fantasy that people try to act like is not a good game though, which is because it's not a mainstream Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, and
Tactics. No, people love Tactics. They just
people love Tactics. People love Tactics, but Tactics is never places high on like the Final Fantasy like top whatever lists. It never places high.
No, it doesn't.
Nope, the highest one is still 15.
And I feel like in all honesty, Final Fantasy Tactics like makes a lot of those modern Final Fantasy games look like trash.
Like trash.
Nope, top 3 selling Final Fantasy games was Final Fantasy 15 is number 1, Final Fantasy 7 Remake's number 2, and Final Fantasy 7's number 3.
No,
I said top selling.
So
yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, I feel like the games I would mention are games that have sort of entered my top 10 like recently. Like I think Helldivers 1 is still kind of a hidden gem, even though the sequel blew up. Because if you look at that is the indie version of what Helldivers 2 is. But I also think that game did have a robust community when it first arrived. I also think that as popular as it was for a time, Outer Wilds is something more people should play. And like that's like
that is one I do want to try.
When people talk about like the greatest video game stories, like if you tell the story of Outer Wilds narratively, probably not that great, but when it's one of those games that proves the interaction between player and game can be a story, even though it's telling its own, and the beauty in that interaction is still at the forefront. I would also say Kentucky Route Zero, which is a point and click adventure game, essentially.
I've heard very good things about that game.
I mean, honestly, Kentucky Route Zero could be just a book. I don't know if it would be a great book, but
I'm also hearing like if people like that game, they'll really appreciate Pacific Drive.
yeah, I want to play Pacific Drive. I haven't played that yet. But Kentucky Route Zero is one of those games that it was. I read so much about it when it started coming out in 2013. That I might as well have played it. It was one of those things that I never played, but it was one of the coolest things I'd experienced. I'd watch people play it on YouTube and things like that, but I didn't have a PC to play on. And when the game finally came out, all 5 acts were done. It was one of those things that I sat down after I had finished, and I cried, but not because it was anything sad. But I cried just because it was one of the most beautiful arcs in a game that I had experienced. I don't expect everyone else to have that interaction, but it's there. There's a journey there that is worth taking and worth experiencing. Now, it is a point and click adventure, and you are reading more than anything else in that game, and that can be a big turn. I understand that, but I still would say if you can power through that, you will find yourself being rewarded. Other than that, like I think anything that I would champion would kind of be, it's pretty much out there. Like either it might not be at the top in terms of discourse, but it's not exactly hidden. A really good forgotten one, actually 2 really good forgotten ones, Braid and The Witness.
Never played The Witness. Heard of it. Braid, I played a little bit of it. Braid just didn't keep my attention, but Braid is a good game.
I don't remember the what or the how, but Jonathan Blow, the main force behind those games, was kind of outed as a shitbag for whatever reason.
Yes, I remember that.
Unfortunately, so like I could definitely see people not wanting to do that. Oh, same with the game Skullgirls. That's a really good fight. That's a really good fighting game, but the main guy behind that also a shithead. So I would, if you don't want to give these assholes money, totally understand. But I paid for them before I knew they were shitheads. So unfortunately, they got my money and were able to continue being shitheads without my knowledge. But all of those games are actually really wonderful. Skullgirls actually kind of was one of the reasons I'm kind of back playing fighting games every so often, because it's really fun.
Nice.
Oh, I got one more. One more. And Corey, you don't
one hidden gem.
You don't get a laugh. This one's actually hidden. It's hidden, forgotten. The developer's gone. Mod Nation Racers, the greatest.
Oh my god! Yes.
The greatest kart racer ever.
Wait. When you say the developer's gone, you mean like he died?
United Front.
No, United Front.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore.
They died after Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, they did.
But Mod Nation Racers is one of the best arcade kart racers I've ever played. The best creating mechanics, the best actually, management of racing. Like you didn't have to be like a hardcore racer, but it didn't necessarily do like what Mario Kart does, where if you're at the back far enough, you blue shell your way to the front. Like there's none of that. You had to actually work. You had to learn the tactics. You had to learn the strategies, and the soundtrack was good. The base courses were really good, but it also allowed people to go absolutely buck wild with creations in ways that haven't been matched in my experience, except maybe by Trackmania. But Trackmania is that's a wild west frontier situation that I've
Wild West.
Yeah, that I've not experienced. I am done now. I will shut up. Whoever wants to go next should. Wait, no, I'm kidding.
I actually have a really good one that if you are a fan of games like Mega Man or Shovel Knight or these challenging pixel platformers, it's called Bat Boy. Bat Boy is the sequel to Shovel Knight we never got and all we wanted. It is a sports themed Shovel Knight game where you play Bat Boy, who is the baseball player, and all of his friends that get sucked into this dark dimension by this wizard all have sports themes, and all the levels are sports themed, and all the villains are sports themed to save your friends, and it's really fun. It's amazing. It's awesome. You can use your bat as a trampoline and a thing that you can jump higher with, and like
I don't think that's how bats work.
They do in the dark dimension. So yeah, it's awesome. Highly recommended.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right. So my hidden gem is also probably my favorite game of all times. Lufia 2 and the Rise of the Sinistrals from the Super NES. It is an RPG, turn-based combat with a lot of puzzles in the environment, and it's literally something I played like I don't know. It's got to be like 50 times, no joke.
Man, taking me back. Oh
Okay,
you might.
But how are the titties?
oh god.
But how the titties on Lufia?
You might as well.
Well,
You might as well have said Grandia.
we will say they are pixelated. I think Square officially owns the right to that series, but we have not seen a Lufia game. They actually did kind of remake it for the just the regular DS. They called it Lufia, and the game's called Lufia: The Rise of the Sinistrals. I can't remember what the DS one was called, but it was a 3D like remake of it. But I love the original to death. And then a nice second one would be Brave Fencer Musashi.
Brave Fencer Musashi.
Another game that we would love to love to play again if we had the ability to.
Nice. Our next question comes from Safi from Lore Together. They write in and say, "What is your favorite new metal band, and why is it Alien Ant Farm?"
Well, let me ask a question.
I'm going to step right in, and I'm going to say Alien Ant Farm is not the best new metal band.
Sure,
they're actually among the worst.
You have Happy Death Day. You have Calico, the song about cats. You have the fucking Michael Jackson song when they redid that.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that.
Actually, like a terrible cover. It's 100% a bad cover.
It's funny. I knew Corey was going to say that, and I also knew that he was going to say the fucking Michael Jackson song. I knew he was going to say those exact words.
But the best new metal band by far, without question, is Rage Against the Machine.
Is that new metal?
Yes,
I like them. Is Rise Against new metal?
No.
Okay.
I don't know genres.
Yeah,
Neither.
It's not really a genre. It was just like a brief movement. Limp Bizkit's still touring because a friend of mine bought tickets to them, which I'm not going to comment, but why?
You don't like a little hot dog flavored water there, man?
No chocolate starfish, no hot dog flavored water. I didn't do it all for the nookie.
I did.
You're a counterfeit. Yeah, I actually know about Limp Bizkit. I feel like as much as
new metal, because,
as much as
all those names you threw out there,
as much as I don't like Korn, like they're probably
Wait, Korn's new metal.
Yeah.
Okay, like I like Korn.
The new metal thing, it was just like a mixture of rap and hip hop. So
It's Linkin Park.
that. Okay.
or
Yeah, like,
I'm sorry, metal and hip hop. I said rap and hip hop. Like,
okay.
fucking
Yeah.
white person over here.
What are
But
you doing, Matt?
I really think if you
Wait,
want to talk
so
about,
would Linkin Park be new metal?
yeah,
That's
100%.
what-
Oh, hell yeah.
Then that's it.
Yeah, no, Rage Against the Machine is better than Linkin Park. Don't even.
Okay, you know what? Rage Against. Okay.
I'd go.
Points have been made. Points have been made.
Like, I don't remember the dude's name. Rest in peace, the dude from Linkin Park.
Chester Bedingfield.
But like, Linkin Park got nothing on Rage, just absolutely nothing. Papa Roach is probably new metal too. I had a slew of names just flood to mind, but I lost them.
I'm lost. Sorry. I
But
don't
if
know
you really,
anything
I mean, and probably the best new metal album is the soundtrack to Judgment Night, because it was real rappers rapping over metal, and it was really good. The beginning of new metal came in the form of Anthrax and Public Enemy doing Bring the Noise, which is awesome. So like, here, I like music a lot. But yeah, I'm sorry, Safi. I do not mean to, I mean no disrespect, but Alien Ant Farm, I do not like them. I do not like them, Safi. I am.
Wow.
I do not like them on a plane. I do not like them on a train.
Let's relax a little bit there, Dr. Seuss. Our next question comes from this weirdo named Infinite_Rewind.
I love giving myself shit to do.
Top 10 ABBA songs.
Here we go.
Whatever the Mamma Mia soundtrack is. There you go.
I mean, they're probably all on the Mamma Mia soundtrack, let's be honest. But number 10, Thank You for the Music. Number 9, Gimme, 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 A Man After Midnight. Number 8, Does Your Mother Know? Number 7, SOS. Number 6, The Winner Takes It All.
What's happening?
Number 5, Take a Chance, Take a Chance, Take a Chance on Me. Number 4, was a long time my favorite ABBA song, but it's Waterloo. Funny story about that song. During the 2006 World Cup, whenever France scored, I would play Waterloo really, really loud. Number 3, Ring Ring, Why Don't You Give Me a Call? Number 2, Lay All Your Love on Me. And number 1, the greatest breakup song ever, Knowing Me, Knowing You.
I hate all of this.
This man came.
You were not ready for that, LeRon. You were
like this man like freaking unfurled the freaking notebook.
Oh yeah. ABBA is one of my favorite bands. And I happened to be listening to that when I got the Discord alert about questions. I'm like, I'm gonna do some bullshit. And so I did some bullshit.
I do that. You had Gimme 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 at number 9. I feel like Gimme Gimme No is like in top 3 for me at least. Like I'm not the biggest ABBA fan. I mean, but yeah, like their songs are catchy. Like they have really good hooks and everything. And like yeah, they're the pinnacle of like the disco era.
But they also had layers to them. Like like Dancing Queen is one of the happiest, but also one of the saddest dance songs in the history of popular music, because it's about someone admiring someone else and wishing they could be them.
Yeah.
Like ABBA is a layered pop group. Like the two men, Bjorn and Benny, would always say that we just wrote dumb, simple pop songs. Like, fucking no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Not at all.
There was nothing dumb and simple about those songs.
No. Like even, I mean, like Gimme, 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 A Man After Midnight. There's layers there, despite everything seeming on the face.
Yep.
Yeah. ABBA rules.
Pat, what did we just listen to?
I don't know. I zoned out.
Oh God. Okay. Well, here's the thing. We're gonna wrap it there. on that note, on that very
I'm fine with that.
very whatever that was. Matt, thanks for joining us again tonight, as always.
Happy to.
LeRon, Pat, thank you for your time as well.
Mhm.
Appreciate you.
Just remember, if any of you don't show up, this is gonna happen again.
Please don't. Anyways, thank everybody out there for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush podcast. You can get it 1 week early on Patreon for $1. Just $1, along with other shows and content and book club and all those other things that we do most of the time. Yeah, I think that's it. Subscribe, like, share, rate, and review wherever you listen. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Deering, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Kiel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.